So, I made a video around 3 months ago talking about how the Pokemon Legends ZA would be bad for the franchise in so many ways. And guess how that turned out? Yep, despite YouTube removing dislike numbers to discourage and reduce the possibility of dislike attacks, this doesn't really look that good, huh? So it's like almost half of the people who watched that video really disagreed with me. I bet you were like, gosh, this guy's stupid. This time, it'll be different. This game will be the best game in this franchise ever made. This game will be revolutionary or some shit. I don't know.
The biggest piece of dog shit.
Or at least have a high, or at least an expectation to Game Freak's upcoming Pokemon Legends ZA. I mean, come on, it's literally so predictable. Who in their right mind would think that making a Pokemon game that only revolves around one city, which go against Pokemon's trademark of exploration and adventure and just throw it in the trash, would expect this one to be a good game? That's like being hyped to a racing game that only takes place entirely in a parking lot. I mean, seriously?
Bruh.
Who even makes the ideas on what Pokemon games are next? Did they fire the ones that wrote the entire lore of Gen 5? Because damn, those games were great. Heck, Pokemon Gen 2's lore is great. No, Gen 3 also. But you know what? Everything before Gen 7 was great, so what the happened? Now we get this game where you barely have any freedom. You know, you might as well watch a TV show at this point. I mean, seriously. It's 2025, near 2026, and games nowadays look so fantastic. Good graphics, fun mechanics, and good voice acting. Wait, Pokemon never had any of those. Like, why are we even stuck in the past? Even RPG games from PS1 had voice acting.
So poorly.
So, why doesn't Pokemon have any? Like, was it a design choice? Well, if it is, then it's... If it wasn't, it's like saying a modern movie with no sound is mysterious. I know voicing so much dialogues can be really time-consuming and would cost so much, but personally, having Pokemon fans on their good side again is so worth it. So it's about time loyal Pokemon fans get something good from this franchise, other than slops. I mean, look at the pricing. I could name so much games with the same or less price, but has better game production. But I think I die of old age. I mean, look at Digimon, dude. Pokemon's franchise rival. Just look at it. So gorgeous. The graphics looks modern enough, and it has voice acting, better cutscenes, a better everything. I mean, just look at this for comparison. Look what they're feeding Digimon fans, bro. I mean, I bet they're so happy. Looking at their franchise with having actual good games with effort put into it. I mean, come on. Can y'all be serious? At this point, Game Freak is just giving out a bowl full of turd with cat shit and dog piss, and you'll keep treating it like a delicious meal and eating it like a real good boy. If this game was priced like an indie title, then yeah, I guess I wouldn't mind how they're just barely giving it any real effort. But the thing is, not only they're one of the biggest franchise in the world, they're also priced the same with AAA modern titles. So it just doesn't make sense to me. Heck, even indie games are better than this shit. And one of the factors is Nintendo. The thing about Nintendo is they just don't give a shit. They just don't. Nintendo knows damn well they could sell you a cardboard box with Pikachu's face printed on it and people would still line up like it's Black Friday, and honestly, why wouldn't they? They've trained their audience to accept mediocrity as nostalgia. Every time they release another half-finished game, people excuse it. That's not charm, that's blind loyalty wrapped in nostalgia. And let's be real, this isn't just Game Freak. This is Nintendo being Nintendo. The same company that charges full price for a 10-year-old port. The same company that refuses to drop the price of a single game ever. Nintendo can give you a copy of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe picked up at a dumpster and they'll still charge you full price for it. They'll sue indie developers for using a pixel that looks vaguely like Mario but won't fix their online service that's been lagging since the early 2000s, and you're paying monthly for that. Nintendo Online is basically them charging you to play on outdated servers that barely function. Nintendo acts like they're revolutionizing gaming when half the time it's just recycled gimmicks. Motion controls, cardboard kits, fitness accessories, they'll sell you anything but proper hardware improvements. But because it's Nintendo, everyone will forgive them because they've built this family-friendly image that makes people forget how anti-consumer they really are. They take down music channels, ROM sites, fan mods, all while claiming they're protecting the brand. Protecting it from what exactly? People who actually love it? And the worst part, fans let it happen. Every time Nintendo pulls something really scummy, people just shrug and go. That's just how they are. That's not personality, bro. That's manipulation. Imagine being treated like garbage for decades and still saying thank you. Nintendo knows exactly what they're doing, bro. They've got you in a chokehold on nostalgia. People don't buy Pokémon because it's good. They buy it because deep down, everyone's chasing that feeling of playing Fire Red or Heart Gold for the first time. But Nintendo doesn't care about that anymore. They're too focused on squeezing every drop of money out of your childhood memories. Want the old games on Switch? Pay for a subscription. Want to play online with friends? Pay for that too. Want DLC that should have been a part of the main game? That'll cost extra, and that's probably unfinished. They've turned Pokemon and honestly most of their franchise into tools for profit. You're not just buying fun anymore, you're buying the hope that maybe, just maybe they'll care again, but they won't. Not until people stop treating nostalgia like a reason to settle and finally demanding better. But you know what? I'm done. Pokemon. I quit. I'll just play Pal World, or at least until Nintendo sues them and shut it down, or maybe if Pokemon actually released good mainline games that has voice acting. I hate reading dialogues.